The battlefield of Varan 6 was silent. Now silent, in a way only destroyed worlds could be. Blackened craters stretched out like open wounds across the violet soil. Smoke curled upward, carrying with it the bitter smell of burned metal and fallen soldiers. Sergeant Marcus Earth Federation Moraine walked through the ruins with a limp. His armor was cracked, his visor flickering, but he kept moving. There were still survivors, somewhere human or alien. It didn't matter. The war was over. The humans had won. But victory never felt heavy until you saw who had paid for it. Marcus pushed aside a fallen beam and heard a faint, sharp sound. A gasp. He froze, listening. Then it was again a strained, weak exhale. He lifted another piece of debris and then another until a body came into view. An alien. A Kylori warrior. Her exoskeleton armor was a deep turquoise, cracked in several places. 4 slender arms lay motionless beside her. A glowing blue liquid Kylori blood pooled beneath her broken legs. She was paralyzed from the waist down. Her spinal ridge split in the explosion. Her eyes opened slowly large, crystalline, shifting colors like liquid glass. She stared at Marcus, expecting a weapon pointed at her head. Instead, Marcus dropped to one knee. "You alive?" he asked gently. The warrior blinked. "Human, why do you approach? Your kind leaves us to die." Marcus swallowed. She wasn't wrong. Kylori and humans had been enemies for years. Saving her meant trouble if anyone found out. "Because I don't leave anyone," Marcus said. "Not if I can help it." Her mandible-like jaw tightened. "I cannot fight. My legs, useless. You should go." Marcus shook his head. "Not happening." He pulled out his medical scanner. The readings were bad spinal rupture, internal bleeding, massive trauma. "Name?" he asked. She hesitated. Finally, Tressa Valier, Knight of the 1st Kylori Legion. "Well, Teresa, I'm Marcus Holla, and I'm getting you out of here." Tressa tried to laugh but winced in pain. "You cannot carry a Kylori. We are heavier than we appear." Marcus slid both arms under her. "Good thing I lift." He tried to stand. She was right, she weighed nearly twice his mass. His knees trembled, armor creaked, and pain shot through his back. But he forced himself up. "I thought humans were fragile," she whispered in disbelief. "Only when we're dead," Marcus grunted. He carried her toward the ravine where his shuttle beacon was still active. Step after step, the world blurred. Heat from the burning battlefield hit him like waves. But he kept walking. Tressa watched him silently for a long time before finally asking, "Why? Why risk yourself for an enemy?" Marcus breathed heavily. "My sister. She died in a battle like this. Humans refused to help her because she was behind enemy lines. I promised myself I'd never let someone die like that. Not if I could stop it." Tressa's glowing eyes soft. "Your sister. She must have been a warrior of honor." "She was," Marcus said. After nearly an hour of struggling through the wreckage, Marcus collapsed behind a shattered ridge, setting Tressa down gently. His arms shook uncontrollably. "You cannot continue," she said. "Leave me. Your life is worth more." Marcus looked at her sharply. "Never say that." Her eyes widened. Marcus forced himself back up and lifted her again. Every step became torture. His armor servos sparked. The ground tilted. His lungs burned. But he moved. Human stubbornness Tressa had heard tales of it. Now, she saw it. Finally, through the drifting smoke, the silhouette of Marcus's emergency drop shuttle appeared. A small, triangular, craft damaged, but functional. Marcus nearly cried from relief. He set Tressa inside and pressed the medpod activation. Holographic tendrils scanned her body, stabilizing her bleeding. Tressa looked at him with disbelief. "You saved my life." "A Kylori life." Marcus smirked weakly. "Yeah, well, don't make me regret it." But before he could enter the shuttle, a loud whir broke the silence. A second ship descended sleek. Black, unmistakably dangerous. The emblem on its hull made Marcus tense. Earth Federation military enforcement. They'd tracked his beacon. A voice boomed through the speakers. Sergeant Marcus Halle, you are ordered to step away from the alien combatant. That creature is a hostile. Terminator surrender. Marcus clenched his fists. Tressa whispered, Go. If they find me, they will kill me. Marcus shook his head. Not happening. He stepped outside the shuttle. Hands up. Soldier, the commander's voice echoed. You are harboring the enemy. That is treason. You know the penalty. Marcus took a deep breath. Then consider this my resignation. He slammed his fists down on the shuttle's console. The door sealed shut. The engines roared to life. Shuttle is launching unauthorized. Halt immediately, the commander shouted. Marcus ignored him. He sprinted toward the craft as it began to lift. Bullets sang past his ears, sparks exploding around him. A round clipped his shoulder. He stumbled. One last leap, he grabbed the edge of the shuttle hatch as it ascended. His grip slipped. Tressa's arm, one of her upper ones, shot out of the hatch. Grabbing his wrist with surprising strength, she pulled him inside. The hatch closed behind him as the shuttle broke through the smoky cloud layer. Marcus collapsed, panting, bleeding. Tressa leaned over him, her crystalline eyes glowing softly. You risked your life, not once, but twice. For me, she whispered. Why do humans do such impossible things? Marcus chuckled weakly. Because sometimes, doing the right thing means doing the hard thing. Tressa placed one of her hands on his chest, Caleri gesture of gratitude. Marcus Halle of Earth, she said softly. As long as I live, you will never stand alone. My people may fear you, but I will honor you. Marcus smiled faintly as darkness pulled at his vision. Glad to hear it, partner. The shuttle carried them toward the stars, toward uncertain futures, interstellar politics, and the consequences of saving an enemy. But for the first time in years, Marcus felt hopeful, because sometimes peace begins with one person refusing to walk away, and on Variant 6, that person had been him.